There is a creative expression for each and every individual. Anything that is created can be considered art. My painful experience had value and had turned into a beautiful piece of art. We all live in fast-paced, challenging, and often stressful times. Our precious resources such as our attention, patience, tolerance, energy, time, and money can be a great source of stress in our lives, especially when we feel depleted. Things go wrong in life. We may lose something or someone incredibly important to us, causing us to feel emotions such as anger, frustration, disappointment, and sadness. In this episode, we explore how to turn negative emotions into a work of art. Welcome, you powerful manifester, to the AOM Art of Manifestation channel. If this is your first time tuning in, I am Manifestation Life Coach Sterling Meyer. Thank you for joining me. And if you are revisiting, again, a warm welcome back to you. Now, sit back, relax, and if you haven't already, please show your support by clicking on the subscription button so we can continue to bring you life-changing information. Now, let's get started. I discovered turning something painful into something beautiful in my late teens, and it made a huge difference in my healing process. It actually made my experience worthwhile, and it shifted my perspective about the pain I was experiencing. I was truly astonished with my results. You see, I had lost a very dear person to me, and the pain was deeply felt. I felt the urge to want to get these painful yet stuck emotions out of me, to set them free. Somehow, I didn't know how. But I set that intention. And once I did, I had the inspiration to just grab paper and pen and write everything that came to me, no matter how nonsensical it seemed. I was writing so fast I didn't even know what I was writing until I finished writing and everything had come out of me. Once I was finished and began reading it, it had this magic about it. It was interesting and captivating for me to read. I was wholly surprised, but also I was intrigued. I felt that these emotions were released and they had turned into something useful, purposeful, and beautiful. I even had the nerve to share it with a friend of mine, and he was blown away. He asked, like, how did I do this? How did I write this? And I said, you know what? It was just a stream of consciousness writing. My painful experience had value and had turned into a beautiful piece of art. I began reading about others who had utilized the practice of transforming negative emotions into art. Like Ernest Hemingway, for example, he used writing as a way to counter the pain and depression that he felt after being injured on the Italian front in World War I. Blues music became a way of expressing and dealing with melancholy and sadness to a generation of musicians. The visual artist Frida Kahlo discovered the healing aspects of creating art when she was recovering from a spinal injury, a broken collarbone, 3 lesions on the pelvic bone, and fractured ribs. Her right foot was dislocated as well. And it was during this time that she said, the most powerful art in life is to transform pain into a healing talisman. A butterfly is reborn, blossomed into a colorful party. She said this when she was painting her beautiful paintings while she was laid up in bed. Many of the world's most famous people discovered their creative abilities when using art as an outlet for their negative emotions. Others include the famous poet Emily Dickinson, the timeless composer Tchaikovsky, and playwright Eugene O'Neill, and musicians of each and every kind of genre. In fact, if you research it, you'll discover that not just artists engage in some kind of artistic endeavor to express and release their pent-up negative emotions. You may be thinking about now, well, hey, these are artists. They have talent to create art. Not true. Everyone can create. That is who we are. We are creators, each and every one of us. Anything that is created can be considered art. The medium you choose is up to you, and anything can be a medium. What resonates with you? All right, I'll give you some examples. You can use virtually an endless number of mediums, such as your voice by singing a song, creating something with food, such as a gourmet meal or cake, foil, wood, and everything in between can be used as a medium. I know when you think of art, you may think of painting, creative writing, but anything can be used by using your imagination. It really is endless. And think about what you can use, even if it's just journaling your thoughts with paper and pen. You see, when you take these emotions and we express them while creating something, we create a work of art. Imagine observing that work of art and feeling proud and feeling complete, feeling in awe of your creation, turning it into something beautiful, in awe, inspiring something that has value and purpose. You know, it's a bit like turning dirt into gold. But you got to remember the rule about art. There is no such thing as bad art. It is subjective. You are the one to create and bring the meaning to it. Expressing yourself through an artistic endeavor helps us to find meaning in a painful event or situation. Okay, so let's explore other creative outlets. You could create a flower arrangement. You can cook with spices and herbs to suggest different moods. You can also express yourself through photography, gardening, quilting, woodworking. You could throw some paint, markers, or crayons onto a blank surface and create a drum set out of pots and pans. You could set a timer and write an unstructured poem or write stream of consciousness like I did. By writing down anything that just comes to your mind, forget about rhyming, forget about spelling. These activities are far more cathartic versus using unhealthy ways to cope through liquor or food, sex, or risky behavior to alleviate negative emotions. When we choose those avenues of escape, we are stuffing and we're stifling negative emotions within us, and they stay with us instead of using negative emotions to transform that energy into something else, setting it free. Let the energy flow and go through you and shift itself into something amazing. Use your negative emotions as the subject matter for a painting, a song, or a short story. It doesn't matter. If you don't consider yourself talented, it doesn't matter. You don't have to share this with anyone. Give yourself full permission to create whatever without any judgment. Just engage yourself. The whole point is to turn destructive emotions into constructive activity. You could write jokes, create memes, use fabric, or design something with odds and ends around the house. The list is endless. There is a creative expression for each and every individual, and it doesn't matter whether you consider yourself creative or not, because the truth is, once again, you are creative. Let me ask you this. What negative emotions are you currently struggling with in your life? Is it in your relationships, family, career satisfaction, finances, having more time to do the things that you love, your health, or even living a life that you truly fully love? If you feel that you would like assistance removing the obstacles that hold you back from living your idea of a heaven on earth existence, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help at getyourlifenow.com for a free consultation and explore the various options for applying the celebrated AOM system to transform your life. We've been working with clients for over a decade with unprecedented successful results. Now, I hope this episode is giving you some new ways to explore transforming painful emotions into something worthwhile. Got a manifestation subject that you'd like us to do a video on? Great. Leave us a comment. We do read them and love to receive them. And while you're here, why not check out these 2 enlightening videos? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week.